What's up guys, this is Juan with Liberty Graphic Designs, and in this video I'm going to show you how I set up a cut and sew baseball jersey. Don't go anywhere. Some of you have been asking me to do a video on how is it that I set up the artwork and everything to do a cut and sew t-shirt. Well, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how I set up a cut and sew baseball jersey. The t-shirts are they're more simple than all the other ones. So I picked the baseball jersey because that one is it's got a little more intricate parts, a little more things that you have to be more careful of than the actual t-shirt. So let me bring the camera in close so you guys can see. So I normally have all my patterns ready to go right here, and they go from a youth small all the way to an adult 6X. Yes, we do sell 6Xs. We do make 6Xs, so we can go up that high, and we can actually create patterns that are smaller than that, but a U small I think is small enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this large. We're going to work on the large today, and I'm going to grab this one. I already copied the large, so I'm going to grab this. This is a little template that I got for my buttons, and it's so small that you can't even see it. So if I zoom out, you can't even see it. So I put a box in there. So it's easier to see it with the actual word buttons. So then I'm going to bring it over here to the one that I'm going to be designing on, and all I'm going to do is just copy and paste. So I'm going to paste the buttons because I had already brought in the size large jersey, and I'm gonna touch on a couple of basics here. These strips that you see right here, let me select all of them. This strips right here, they actually go on the inside of the jersey. So this ones right here can be any color. You can leave them white, you can leave them whatever. But for the sake of the video, we're gonna turn them blue, a royal blue, and that's what we're gonna be creating the shirt on, mostly royal blue. This one right here is the neck piece that goes on the back of the neck, and obviously these are two on the two sides. Next thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna do something real quick so you guys can see the way that we put a logo in the front, so it actually matches with the other side. So this is obviously, that's the back, right? So we're gonna turn this too, which is the two sides. I'm gonna turn them white because I'm gonna do something like pinstripes, but obviously you can't see it, right? So we're gonna put, by the way, I'm using CorelDRAW 2020. So the tutorial is going to be on CorelDRAW 2020. If you guys don't use CorelDRAW, then find your way on the software that you guys use. In this case, I'm using CorelDRAW. So I'm going to turn this line right here black. That's going to help me so I can see the shirt when I'm printing it. Because obviously you can't even see this one over here, right? Because it's completely white. So I'm just gonna put a border around it so I can see it. In this case, we are not gonna be working with this three pieces, so I can move them out of the way. I don't need them right now. As a matter of fact, we're not gonna need them at all. The sleeves, I'm gonna use the same color on the sleeves, so we're gonna turn those blue, and we're gonna keep them blue. This is also gonna be white, but I'm gonna leave it the way it is right now because we're gonna need it to design this one. Now, I said I was gonna do a pinstripe, so I'm gonna grab just a little box right here, and my pinstripes, I would like them to be 1/4 of an inch thick. So there you go, that's my pinstripe, and I'm gonna do those blue. So we need to knock out that little border. So I'm gonna go up here and select none. There you go, I don't have any more borders. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make them a little bigger than the shirt, because we're gonna put those on the shirt. The next thing I'm gonna do is, I know there's a There's a better and faster way to do this, but I'm gonna do it really basic. And you'll see here in a little bit. I'm gonna turn this one a different color. I don't need that one. I just need to space out my my lines and my pinstripes. I know there's a way to do it faster, but I'm just doing it like this just for the sake of the video, okay? So on Corel Draw, once you grab something and you start dragging it like that, as it drags, if you right click, it'll make a copy. And if you notice that right there, change to a plus. So we're gonna bring it right here. I'm gonna grab that node and I'm gonna bring it to this node. And the reason why I did that is because this right here, the gray area, is exactly 1 inch. And I want my pinstripes to be 1 inch apart. So that's what let me copy these ones because I need a bunch of these lines, right? Okay, so I got all my pinstripes right there, 1/4 of an inch thick, 1 inch apart. I'm gonna select them all and I'm gonna group them together. That way, if I grab it right here, I'm still grabbing all of them. So just like that. That way I don't just move one out of a line, out of alignment. And then the next thing that we're gonna do, the reason why I did this is because I wanna show you guys how to keep all your lines symmetrical, that they match with the back and the front. So we're gonna grab this. This is obviously it's gonna be this one is the left side. So we're gonna grab this, we're gonna bring it over here. This is the reason why, I'm gonna bring it up so I can see it. This is the reason why I didn't change the color on this one, because if I change it to white, I'm not gonna be able to see the front, see? So that's why I kept the blue. It's gonna be white when I'm done, or pinstripe. But in this case, I'm gonna leave it blue because I'm gonna show you the ways to align everything. So we're gonna grab this, and I'm grabbing, if you notice, I'm grabbing the node at the corner, and then I'm gonna bring it to the corner of the node in the back of the jersey. And it'll all make sense in a little bit, okay? So just let me put this one over here, just like that. So now both of my front panels are in front of the back, and they're exactly where they need to be. Like for example, if I move this one over, watch, see the back is right there. So this is very important, especially when we're making baseball jerseys, because we want everything to match the front with the back when you're doing pinstripes. So I'm gonna bring this over here, the pinstripe, just like that, and I'm gonna send it to the back. I don't need it right in the front. Notice that I got way too many stripes. You know, I got more than what I need. The reason why I did so many is because if I was to do a 6X, then I have enough but I don't have to make this pinstripes bigger. So because they all need to stay the same. I'm gonna move this sleeve out of the way. I don't need that. But one thing that you want to do is to keep everything nice and straight, especially when the pinstripes match right here. You're gonna click on that one and then click on the back. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. See, I grab the back and I grab the pinstripes. Put it back, and then I'm gonna center both of those. So either right click and then, you know, send it to the center, you know, whichever way that you want to do it. The easier way it will be to select. I'm gonna select it again, select it, and then just press the letter C and it'll center everything. There you go. So actually, let me go back, because I need to grab the pinstripes first and then the back of the shirt. When you do that, the second object that you selected, that's what is going to be the demanding object. So I'm going to press C, and now my pinstripes are exactly in the center with the back of the shirt. So now what I'm going to do is now I can do a what do you call it, a power clip on the back. If I select my pinstripes, right click, and then power clip, and now my pinstripes are in the shirt, just like that. See that? I don't want to do that just yet though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to need a pinstripe for the back, the front, 2 fronts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to control copy and then control V, because we need 3 pieces, right? And I'm going to move one of these out of the way just to save it, just so I can have it just in case if I need it later. And I'm gonna grab this, send it to the back. Grab the other one, send it to the back. And then now I can actually do a power clip on this pieces. So and the reason why I kept this blue, I'm still gonna keep it blue, is because again I need it, especially when it comes to the logo. So I'm gonna grab that and then power clip into one of the fronts, one of the panels. You see that? I just brought it to the panel. I'm gonna grab another one, power clip into the other panel, just like that. Now I got, let me do the back so you guys can see it. Power clip inside the back of the panel. Now watch, see those lines? They match all the way across. So this is the front, this is the back. And notice how they match exactly the same. So the reason why I did that is because I noticed that some people, let me send that to the back. Some people will grab, let me copy everything. I'll bring it down here. And some people will grab the shirt like this, right? And they will grab this right here and they're gonna power clip it. And then they're gonna grab this one right here. Let me move it out of the way. So they'll grab this one and power clip it to the front of the shirt. And you're like, well, you know, it looks good, but watch this. So power clip, and then now watch. I'm gonna move, let's say for example, I'm ready to sew this shirt together, right? So I'm gonna sew it together, and I'm just gonna put it just here so you can see the mock-up. That way it makes sense why I'm centering everything to the back, because the back is never gonna move. Now watch my lines. See my lines? They're not matching. So whenever I go to sew this together, that's exactly what you're gonna see. Usually it ends up more like that, where the lines don't line up. So you want it to line up. That's why we center everything to the back, except for these two panels. We don't center those. We send them to the side, to the left. See that? So that way you'll end up with perfect lines all the way across, especially when it comes to the logo. So I'm gonna do that power clip again. Power clip. And then power clip. And still gonna keep that blue because I still need it. I can change the color at any time. See that? I can change it at any time. But I'm gonna keep it whatever color. I just need another color that is not white so I can see that, so I can do my work. Okay, so now that we have that, next thing that we're gonna do is we need a logo, right? We need a logo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm working with Rye. By the way, Rye is paying for this video. Print the Merch is paying for this video. We're gonna grab this logo from Print the Merch, and then if you notice, this right here is one piece, that's another piece. So we're gonna grab that logo right there, the bottom of the logo, and we're gonna group it together because we need that to be grouped together. Group it together, and then we're gonna bring this over here. I think there was something else. No, maybe not. Okay, so then we're gonna grab this too, trying to make it look more like a baseball. If I, just for the sake of the video, I'm not gonna do the little tail like normally you see going back down. And now I'm gonna bring it into the shirt. Watch, if I bring it right here, and bring it up so you can see it. If I bring it right here, I'm gonna make it a little bigger so you can see it. If I bring it into the shirt, you're gonna be guessing where the center is of these two pieces, because once we get this piece done and this piece done, now we don't know if this is right in the center. I mean, like, we can, you know, do some weird math so we can find out the center, right? But we also need to find out how low do we need to make this logo from the top, because remember, there's buttons right here. And sometimes we don't want a button to end up right in the logo. So that's why we need the back. Let me make this logo just a tiny bit bigger, just like that. And then we're gonna since we have that selected already, the logo, we're gonna select the back of the shirt again, and I click the letter C so we can center it right there. Now we know it's exactly in the center because we center it to the back of the shirt. Now it's perfectly in the center. Now we can power clip this logo into these two panels, but we need two logos, not just one, right? Before we do that though, we need to know exactly where our placement is gonna be, because we got, remember I was talking about the buttons. We don't want a button to end up right there and another button running that deal. So we're gonna grab our buttons. Buttons, we can barely see the buttons, right? The buttons and the buttonhole. So if you notice this right here, I have a box right here. This box, I already measure everything to work out whenever I place those. It's gonna work to whenever I sew the shirt, everything is gonna line up this with that. That's gonna be the buttonhole, the little red line that you see there. That's a buttonhole, and this is gonna be the actual button. Those are just markings for me to know where my buttons are gonna be. So, but before I do that, I'm gonna grab this panel of the shirt and I'm gonna bring it up so I can see, so I can place my first buttons. So we're gonna go look that up, and this is where it gets a little tricky because sometimes we can't really see this right here. But this box right here, we're gonna line it up to the side of the front panel of the shirt, just like that. And then over here on top, we want to have about 1 inch from the top down, that's perfect right there. Then we're gonna do the same thing. So now we don't need this box, this black box. We don't need that. That needs to go away. So I'm going to ungroup it. I'm gonna select that and I'm gonna delete it. I don't need it. I only want this. They're already grouped. But also at the bottom, we don't need that last bottom. On a large shirt, we don't need that. So you can either ungroup it and then select that one, delete it, because we want at least, and that's about 6 inches, that we don't want any buttons underneath or anywhere in those 6 inches. Okay, so now we're gonna grab the buttonholes, and what we're gonna do with the buttonholes before we line them up, notice we're not gonna know where they are, where they're gonna land. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the other ones that we already had, and select, watch this. So select the buttonholes first. This is gonna be for the buttonhole, those little bitty lines. Select that one first, and then select the button hole right there. This is gonna be the buttons. That's gonna be the buttonholes. And then just click the letter T, so they'll line up on top, because you already got the placement on that one. So that's all you need to do. So now we're gonna grab the buttonholes, keep saying that word, and we're gonna right click on it, and then we're gonna do a power clip into that panel. Now they're all married together. See that? They're all together. So bring it back. Now I'm gonna grab the other panel, but before I grab the other panel, I need to bring this logo to the front. Now with the logo on the front, we're gonna bring the other panel and the buttons. Remember not to move those buttons, okay? Because you already got them lined up with that. Grab the other panel and then bring it to the top. So now we need to position this buttons in line with this panel. So all I'm gonna do is grab it, and when I move it, I'm dragging it, but at the same time I'm clicking and holding shift. That way they don't move up and down, they stay in one line. And then now that I have them where I want them, I'm gonna ungroup them, delete the black box because I don't need that, and then delete the bottom one because we don't need it on a large shirt. So we're gonna grab that, delete that, and then I need to grab all my little dots for the buttonhole. I'm gonna group them. Hold on, because I clicked something else. I'm gonna group them, and then once they're grouped, right click, power clip into that panel. Now we got the buttonholes and the buttons. I know they're not buttons, but this is where I'm gonna be placing the button. And I'm gonna let me grab this logo and this panel, and I'm gonna bring both of those up so I can see where my buttons are gonna land. My button holes right there, see that? So I know where they're gonna land, and I know they're not in the actual logo, because sometimes, let's say for example, if you don't have those two markings, you can have your logo right there and there's a button right there. So if you don't want that, now we know exactly where we're gonna place our logo. So now we need to, let me save this. Now we need to power clip this logo into these two panels. So we need two logos. We're gonna copy, button, copy. So Control C, Control V. And Control C, Control V, it just copied and pasted on top of itself. It's actually there, watch, see that? So it's copied on top of itself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this logo, right click, power clip and hit that panel. So now it looks like I didn't do anything, but I actually just power clip this into this panel. You'll see, watch. See that? So we got half of the logo there, already there. So now what we need to do is we need to power clip this other side. So we're gonna right click, power clip. And now that's when you know, that's how you know everything's in the center. So there you go, see that? Now, go back. Now I can turn this white because I don't need that anymore. And I'm gonna give it a contour so I can see it. Let me turn that into black. There you go, now I can see where it's gonna be at. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a number on it, you know, because it's jersey. And I already got Rise, number, and name right here. And we're gonna bring this and put it right there. And bring it to the top, and we're gonna turn it red. Let's grab that same red, that red. There you go. And then we're gonna put an outline, a white outline. Something that we can see. Let's make it a little bigger. There you go, there's a white outline. Now another thing that I like to do is I like to put the size right here, so I don't have to put it over there. And my size, I already created that little patch looking thing. And I'm gonna bring this, I'm gonna put it right here. That right there. So on this patch looking thing is, you know, Maybelline patch. You can put whatever you want in here, bring in your logo in here, because see, this logo is not in there, it's just superimposed. And the size of the shirt, I usually put it there. If you guys get this patterns, you can buy these patterns on my Etsy account. If you guys end up buying these patterns and you want to print this, or you want me to print it for you, or you want to make it, make sure that this patch is not over here, because sometimes I get it and it's right there. The reason why I say don't get it right there, because this part right here is going to get folded when we sew it. We're going to sew this together, and then your stitches are going to go right through there. So you always want to have it way up there, just like that. Maybe not that high, but somewhere in there. Just like that. And then I'm going to grab, you can either power clip it into that panel so it doesn't move and you know it's there. Now if you make a mistake, you know it's always there. And that's it. And then we're going to grab the back. Right now we need to go to the back. So this one is done. Oh, see, that one, it wasn't even ready to go. So we're gonna copy this one, and then we're gonna grab that number, power clip it, or group it together, whichever way you want to do it. Now we can move this. See that? That's it. Now we can move them. And the way that I usually set them up is like this to get them printed. This is how I send it to my printer, just like that. But now we need to put this number in here. I'm gonna make it bigger because this number goes in the back. Go, and then with that number selected, we're gonna select the back, press the letter C so we can center everything, and then we're gonna grab his name. We're gonna turn it red, just like the rest of it again. And right here, if you want to make this name bigger, you can select it, center, and then we're gonna give it that outline. If you want to change the outline to whatever outline you want to do, you know, for a second video, just so you can see it, we can change it. It's not a problem. And again, this is just so you can see it on the video that we did put an outline. Everything has an outline. So now we grab this and that, make sure it's in the center, group it together. Now if you move it, it'll be in one spot. See, now you won't mess it up. So now when we send it to the printer, let me move this to the bottom, and I'll grab this just to save on paper, like that. Make sure it's not touching. And we'll put this one right here, and the sleeves, usually put them right there. Just like that. And that's how I This is how I, let me move this out of the way. And this is how I will set up something like, for example, in this case, this jersey. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it around so it'll fit on my paper and send it to the printer, just like that. So now we got the logo on the front. We got my markings, so where I'm gonna put my buttons. We got the number, if they want a number. I got the size of the shirt. It's all printed in there, so I don't have to go back and put a size here. We got the last name, we got the number, we got the other side of the logo, we have the inside of the shirt right here and here, and we got both of the sleeves. That's it. All we gotta do is save it. We'll save it and we'll send it to the printer just like that. Pretty simple, pretty easy. So that's how I designed my cut and sew shirts. In this case, it was a baseball jersey. And the reason why I wanted to show you the jersey is because, especially when you have pinstripes, we want to line those two, the one in the back and the one in the front. We want it to line up so it looks nice and symmetrical. And also the logo. Remember, the logo plays a big role because whenever you have two panels, you know, the right and the left panel, whenever you put them together, they have to match. So you don't want to throw off the name, the logo. Basically, you know, that's why we design everything on top of the back panel, or the back pattern, I should say. So everything is nice and straight, right in the center. You don't have no mistakes and stuff like that when you go to print it and then sew it. So hope you guys liked this video. This was, I mean, for me, this is like now it's easy. Like at the beginning, it was a little confusing, especially when I was doing baseball jerseys. But now it's pretty simple, really, really simple for me. So I hope you guys like this video. This is it for this video, guys. If you have any questions or if you have any comments as to how to do certain things, remember I was designing on Corel Draw. There's a lot of software out there that you can design this on, right? But I just wanted to simplify it just a little bit. So, but if you have any comments or anything, just let me know in the comments below, and hit the thumbs up, share if you want to share the video, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you guys. It was a pleasure like always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Adios. Bye bye. God bless you. We'll see you later. Bye bye now.